Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. So as you guys know, I'm a PC guy, not like super like an audio guy. So that's why this is a layman's review intended for gamers and streamers and not for people who want to use their microphone to sing or anything like that. If you're thinking about using this microphone for music, then I would not recommend this review because this is really from a gamer's perspective. Without further ado, let's get into the review. So just a side note, I am going to save audio quality for towards the end of the review. So if you want to skip to that, there are timestamps down below for the different sections of the video. Okay, I want to start by showing you guys what's in the box. I won't exactly call this an unboxing since I have opened this box before to test the mic already, but I just want to show you guys what comes inside the box. So let's see what we have. We have basically like instruction manuals and stuff, put that aside. Then we have the actual stand for the microphone, that you could obviously put the microphone on a different stand, and I'll show you guys how you would do that. Then there's a microphone which screws onto this stand or other stands with an adapter that I'll show you in a moment. Then we have the cable which connects from the microphone to your PC or whatever device you're plugging it into, but it's USB-A on the other side. But there's an adapter for that as well. And now we get to the adapters. So there's two that come in here, and one of them is a USB-A to USB-C adapter. So this seems to be for if you have a device that only has a USB-C port on it and you want to plug it into there, you can do that with this adapter. And then the other adapter is of a very different kind. It is a actual screwing on adapter that you screw it onto the bottom of here instead of the stand, and then the other side of this adapter is also threaded to attach to other things, I assume, like microphone stands and such. So that's all that comes in the box. Okay, so now I just want to talk about the pricing of this microphone. So I actually paid $150 US on Audiotechnica.com. I think the price is a little high, honestly. And I think if if you want to do streaming with like a headset perhaps instead, that might be a better option for streaming, unless you want to be like having, the best sort of audio quality that you can with streaming, which obviously there's better things, but I mean, how much money do you want to spend is the question. And of course, let's not forget that Audiotechnica decided to tack on an X onto the product name, because when you add an X to the name of a product, it suddenly becomes justifiable to charge more money for it. Obviously, everybody knows that. The X makes it sound cooler, and suddenly you can charge more money for it. So next up, I want to talk about build quality of the microphone. So that's actually one of my favorite things about this microphone, is it feels very sturdy and premium. Like it should feel like it's solidly built for the price tag. Like this feels like this just very solid aluminum, or I'm not sure if it's aluminum, but very solid metal chassis of the microphone itself. And also like the stand is, I mean, it's probably made of plastic, but it's like a sort of hard plastic. It feels very sturdy. Feels like nothing's gonna break like that. So that's one of my favorite things about the microphone, actually, even though it's a smaller thing. Like, you should have good build quality. And then this is a secondary thing, but I just wanted to talk about the looks of the microphone. So I personally think it looks pretty cool, especially with the blue glow that it has to it. It has a pretty sleek looking design, I think, so I definitely like that about it. I'll give it a good rating based on the looks. If you want it to match with your setup, maybe you have a blue theme on your gaming setup, then this blue light will go very nicely with that. Now I also wanted to talk about the accessories real quick. So we have these two adapters, neither of which I feel like will be that useful for most gamers, because this is a USB-C adapter, USB-A to USB-C, but most gamers obviously are going to already have a USB-A port available on their PC, so it's probably not a huge thing for gamers. And then this, I think, is mostly intended for if you want to use the microphone at a stand, which I guess could come in handy, like if you want to like give a speech or something with it, even though you usually use it for gaming. This thing would also be useful in that case. And then my favorite sort of accessory or feature, I guess you could call it, is that the microphone actually has a headphone jack on it. So it could be actually quite convenient to have that. If you want to not have to use a headphone jack that might not be so accessible in your PC, you can instead use the one right here. So that's kind of convenient. I like that they included that. So I wanted to briefly talk about the audio quality of the microphone, but to do that I want to compare it to other audio sources. So right now, the audio that you're hearing was recorded through my laptop's microphone. So the audio here is not great at all, as you can tell. It leaves something to be desired. Now, I'm also going to test it with a headset that I have, which is actually a very good headset mic. And then I'm also going to test it, obviously, with the microphone that I'm reviewing to compare the three. So yeah, this has been the laptop microphone audio test. Now here's a sample of how the audio sounds through the headset microphone. So keep in mind that this is a headset whose audio quality, or whose mic quality at least, is better than most. So this is probably going to be above what most headset audio quality is, but keep that in mind. Now, as I move on to the final device which I will test, which is obviously the microphone that I'm reviewing itself. Okay, now finally this is an audio sample recorded with the microphone that I'm reviewing. Now, of course, this one is going to be the best, although I guess the margin is maybe not that huge. But what I like is that this one seems to do a very good job of not capturing background noises, unlike definitely the laptop's microphone. So yeah, now I'm going to talk a bit about the differences I noticed in the audio quality. So let's talk about the differences in audio quality. Obviously, the laptop's audio quality was far behind the others. It was just, really not good. Sounded a bit fuzzy. But then there's the headset, which I think had audio quality almost as good as the microphone that I'm reviewing, which is something you'll want to keep in mind if you're considering this microphone, that you could probably get close to as good audio quality with a high-end microphone on a headset. So just keep that in mind. And a headset is cheaper than a microphone like this. But the microphone that I'm reviewing, the A2020, does a very good job of keeping out background noises. So that's also something you want to keep in mind if you're thinking about purchasing this mic, which will probably set you back about $150 US, which is what I paid for it, but prices may vary by country. In conclusion, basically you'll notice a significant difference between most headsets, but not all, and this mic. But you don't need a mic like this for streaming unless you care a great amount about audio quality and you have deep enough pockets to shell out $150 on a mic like this. If you want crisp audio in your streams though, I think this mic is not a bad buy at all. And on the plus side, it also looks cool and has good build quality. And also, if you're not a streamer, but you just want to be like the guy in the Discord call with the best audio, then maybe this microphone is for you. Also, if you have headphones that don't have a mic already, instead of buying a whole new headset, if you're happy with the headphones, this mic might make a really nice addition because the quality of the sound is quite good. That's all I have for you guys today. Hope to see you all in the next one.